It's the 26th of April, and I'm just here mending my bones and my health since experiencing medical negligence and bodily integrity damages that were unlawful and not consented to when I experienced birth in 2015. So there are, as I've mentioned, huge discrepancies with regard to the abuse of medical practitioners and individuals that are using unethical practices to attain information and querying information unlawfully, unethically, and immorally, and violating privacy of a adult private citizen while disturbing the peace and basically causing further damages to health and well-being. So it's quite serious, as I've mentioned, the practitioners that have abused my human rights and that have violated their Hippocratic oath. It's very dangerous that I've had to heal from their medical misconduct and their bodily integrity damages single-handedly without supports that would be required. It's very dangerous that there's been forgery of very guilty culprits that have used my name with their hand for their further offences against my human rights. It's very dangerous that as a teacher, property owner, and as a woman qualified that has experienced the offences that I've experienced, that the government still hasn't addressed the issues and harms caused to my child and I since 2016, and that the culprits in society that have caused very serious unrest, very serious disrespect, and very serious consequences to their developments in nature, wildlife, society, and privacy are still causing disruption and disturbances and still violating proximity and protection and privacy, and are still liable and still in debt for damages that they owe me since 2006. So those invested and over preoccupied and over consumed with my privacy, while avoiding the damages for their slander and their harms to my innocent baby, and while trespassing upon my property and matrimony, I should hope that those of a sane and sober mentality are able to weigh up the pros and cons of the reality and the delusion and the fallacy of frauds that are disturbing society without conscience for the consequences on children and women's rights. So those over consumed and over preoccupied with the personal and private life of Mrs. Maria McElligott, while disrespecting faith and family, I would rather they address their illegalities and unlawful actions and their perversions of my privacy where they have no right to be. So Tralee County Kerry has a little problem with addressing and amending its faults and wrongdoings to Mrs. Maria McElligott. And I think that's a very serious problem for the government to be turning a blind eye to when an innocent child and mother have been wronged due to ignorance and arrogance. There's nothing more despicable than setting a bad example to young children. So those in my proximity that are stealing left, right and centre, I hope they're aware of the consequences of their actions against a royal sacred, law-abiding citizen